Today we're taking a look at these college football matches, which are happening on Sunday, November 20th, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Buffalo vs Akron. After opening the season with a 30-23 win over St. Francis PA in overtime, the Zips have dropped 9 games in a row since and are 0-6 in the MAC. Coming off a 34-28 loss to Eastern Michigan, the Zips are the only team in the MAC without a win in conference win. On October 29th, the Zips dropped their most recent game at home. Akron has lost 41 of its last 45 games, dating back to the middle of the 2018 season. The Zips are struggling on both sides of the ball. The defense is 125th, allowing 36.7 ppg and 110th, allowing 432.4 total yards per contest. With the ball, Akron is 117th in the nation, scoring 19.5 ppg and 85th with 365.3 yards of total offense. The rushing attack is 128th in the country, gaining 82.3 yards per game, but Akron's 283 passing yards per game ranks 21st in the country. Quarterback DJ Irons has completed 66.8% of his passes with 10 touchdowns and 7 interceptions, and is second on team with 358 rushing yards. Irons had to leave the game against Eastern Michigan last week with an undisclosed injury and is questionable for Saturday. If Irons cannot go, Jeff Undercuffler Jr. is in line to get the nod. Undercuffler spent 4 seasons at Albany, but this year is 20 for 42, with 225 yards and 2 interceptions in a backup role. The Buffalo Bulls have had an up-and-down season. After dropping 3 non-conference games to start the season to Maryland 31-10, Holy Cross 37-31, and Coastal Carolina 38-26, Buffalo then won 5 straight games and got off to a 4-0 start in the MAC. The Bulls have lost control of the East Division, with back-to-back losses to Ohio 45-24 and Central Michigan 31-27. Last Wednesday's loss to Central Michigan was particularly disappointing as the Bulls led 24-7 at the half, but were outscored 24-3 in the second half. The Bulls now need to win at least one of their final 2 games for bowl eligibility. Saturday is expected to be a cold, windy day in Buffalo, with potential snowfall. Due to the terrible weather, expect the rushing attacks to play a larger role than the passing games. The Zips heavily rely on their passing attack and will possibly be without their starting quarterback in this one. The Bulls also have more to play for here and have dominated the Zips over the previous 4 seasons. I like Buffalo to cover, even in the elements. Take Buffalo Bulls minus 13.5 points. The Akron Zips have been absolutely brutal this season with a 1-9 overall record this season, and they have been unable to score points at 19.5 points per game. They are throwing the football a lot as junior quarterback DJ Irons is currently 253 of 379, 66.8%, for 2,605 yards, with 10 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. They are not running the ball well as they are only averaging 82.3 rushing yards per game and need to run more if they want to be a more balanced and powerful offense. The Buffalo Bulls have been able to do pretty well offensively this year as they have scored 29.8 points on 388 total yards of offense. Sophomore quarterback Cole Snyder is going to have to lead the team as he is 207 of 351, 59%, for 2,336 yards with 14 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. A big reason the offense is able to move the chains is the fact senior wide receiver Justin Marshall is dominant as he has 45 catches for 614 yards, 13.6 yards per reception, with 6 receiving touchdowns. The Akron Zips will look to snap a 9-game losing streak after a 34-28 loss to Eastern Michigan last time out. DJ Irons has thrown for 2,605 yards, 10 touchdowns and 7 interceptions on 66.8% passing, while also leading Akron in rushing, with 314 rushing yards and 4 TDs. Cam Wiley has 358 rushing yards with 5 TDs, while Clyde Price III has 185 rushing yards with 5 scores. Shock Lewis has a team-high 65 catches for 800 yards with a pair of TDs, while Alex Adams has 49 grabs for 687 yards and 6 grabs, and Daniel George has 53 catches for 597 yards this season. On defense, Bubba Orslanian has a team-high 109 total tackles, while Akron's defense as a whole has 14 sacks and 6 interceptions. Jeff Undercuffler Jr. completed 8 of 18 passes for 133 yards, while DJ Irons completed 10 passes for 90 yards and 1 touchdown, and ran the ball 9 times for 32 yards. Cam Wiley led all ball carriers in the game with 144 yards and 3 scores on 18 carries, while Alex Adams posted a team-leading 102 yards and 1 touchdown on 6 receptions. The Buffalo Bulls return home this week 5-5 on the year, riding a 2-game skid after a 4-point loss to Central Michigan. Offensively, Buffalo was dominant with more than 430 total yards, including 240 on the ground, but 1 turnover and only 3 second-half points led to the loss. Defensively, Buffalo struggled immensely, and Central Michigan gained 420 yards and scored 31 points after a 24-point second half. Cole Snyder was the motor within the Buffalo offense, completing 19 passes for 191 yards and ran the ball 12 times for 27 yards as well. Ron Cook Jr. led all ball carries with 100 yards and 1 score on 22 carries, and Al J. Henderson added 72 yards and 1 touchdown on 16 carries as well. The Buffalo Bulls will look to rebound from back-to-back road losses after a 31-27 loss to Central Michigan last time out. Cole Snyder's thrown for 2,336 yards, 14 touchdowns and 7 interceptions on 59% passing, while Ron Cook Jr. has a team-high 600 rushing yards with 4 touchdowns, while Mike Washington has 547 rushing yards and a team-high 7 touchdowns. Justin Marshall leads Buffalo with 614 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns, while Quian Williams has a team-high 50 catches for 550 yards and 4 touchdowns this season. On defense, Sean Dulac has a team-high 109 total tackles, including 77 solo tackles, while Buffalo's defense as a whole has 16 sacks and 9 interceptions as well this season. The weather is going to affect this game, as there is expected to be heavy snowfall in Buffalo, as it is supposed to snow from Thursday through Saturday. The books have taken that into effect as well, and this opened at 54.5 total points. That is going to completely neutralize whatever passing game there would be then, and both offenses rely heavily on it to be successful. These offenses already have been struggling to hit this number as of late, as Akron is scoring 21.3 points in their last 3 games, while Buffalo is averaging 25.5 points in their previous 2 games. All in all, go with the under 47 points here to hit.